Good morning, all. It's John from Veganism KILLS. It's 6:23 a.m. Tuesday, September 7th. Hi, vegans. Okay, today we're going to go over something I think is very important in the face to all of these new variants coming from the vid, from the coof, whatever you want to call it. As you can see here on this webpage, I typed in vegan causes immune disorders. Here we get a whole bunch of vegan blogs telling you that veganism helped cure my autoimmune disease. Going vegan cured my autoimmune disease. How veganism reversed their autoimmune disease. Of course, you'll see NCBI as potential use of plant-based diets, a review. They're just reviewing some of these plant-based claims. Uh, I haven't even looked at that study, and I'm not going to look at it today. You know why? Because I'm going to look at other studies that are here. So this actually isn't a study, this is an opinion piece before you run away, vegans, being all excited and wetting your pants. Then your mommy has to change them and tell you how great you are. Now, here, oxalates damage the immune system is a more thorough search. And what do we find? Oxalates immune system, tissue destruction, fibromyalgia, autoimmune diseases such as rheumatoid arthritis and lupus are all issues that can be related to oxalates because oxalate in tissues trigger the inflammation zone reactions of the body's innate immune system. That's what comes up on Google right in your face if you're doing an information search. I don't think Google's lying. This was put up November 13th, 2019. Now, if you want to go to Google vegans and attack them, go ahead. Good luck with that. Don't come after me. I'm just gonna delete your comments, and YouTube is just gonna take your multiple account thumbs down, and it's just gonna kick them off. So don't waste your time. Dietary oxalate loading impacts mitocyte metabolism. I'm sorry, monocyte metabolism. Time for that water. Oxalate induces mitochondrial dysfunction and disrupts redoxification. I don't know what the rest of the word is, but it's damaging your mitochondria. Dietary oxalate immune cell instruction, full text. It gives you an autoimmune system response. Do you understand? Oxalates are treated like a foreign object entering the body, and your white cell count goes up. Oxalate plant toxins, gut health, oxalates. What are they and how can they affect you? Little known facts about oxalates and their poison. And they're poisonous, whatever. Joint pain, inflammation, slow to heal, fatigue, sleep issues. How oxalates affect thyroid health. But vegans are telling you this is the most healthiest diet in the world and you should give it to your children. And children have died, but they still sitting there blindly following their small little cult, which people join. 84% of the people quit like in their first year, and about 99% quit in the next 6 years. Why? Because the stuff that happens to them from the oxalate poisoning. You know, the stuff that you tell people to eat, vegans, that it's totally healthy and it's actually killing kids and it's wrecking people's health. How they get to stay on YouTube spreading this misinformation while there's open evidence of studies on the same internet they're posting all their bullshit on that tells you this is Urology of Virginia, not a TED talk by Ed, okay? Not Joey Carbstrong sitting on the corner making a false claim. Not Milton Mills sitting on stage with a microphone and not presenting any actual evidence that what he says is true. Urology of Virginia has to post lab data to show that what they state is true, or they're not accepted amongst their peers. Signs and symptoms of oxalate poisoning: tissue destruction, fibromyalgia, autoimmune diseases, which vegans claim their diet actually clears up, actually causes it, rheumatoid arthritis, and lupus, all issues that could be related to oxalates because oxalates in tissue trigger the inflammatory reactions of the body and the immune system. Now that you see that, and then they wonder why vegans can't sleep, why their eyes are all sunken in. So you can read this study. It's from Urology of Virginia. You can read it. Being vegan is not healthy living if children are dying from it and people are getting sick. How do you equate sickness with being healthy? How do you equate a diet that turns off your autoimmune system? This will also be posted in there as healthy in a time of a pandemic in which we got variants. And then I hear from some of the vegans are 73% less likely to get COVID. No, that's not true. The actual facts, vegans are less than 2% of the population. So of course the other 98% is getting COVID compared to a small little group. It's numbers, you idiot. It's math, you morons. That's a V-Vegan, a.k.a. Lee Vegan. He thinks he's a scientist. Meanwhile, the guy has suffered a stroke and lost half his brain. And the vegans take advantage of him because he's disabled. Vegans like Earthling Ed, who are worth about $68 million now. And veganism hasn't helped anybody. You'll lose weight from veganism. Yeah, that's maybe a good thing if you're obese. You'll lose weight, right? But if you don't, after you reach that ideal weight, you got to get off veganism because the diet is so malnourishing. Your body just burns up its own stores. And then if you're going to stay vegan, you got to eat supplements like a child eats M&Ms by the handful. And I don't know about you, but this fake meat trend, fake meat sales are going down. During the beginning of the pandemic, all the shelves were cleared off, and the fake meat, vegan products were left on the shelves. Nobody was eating them. But yet vegans continue to tell you, they create this euphoria. Yes, veganism is growing. Yeah, veganism is growing by leaps and bounds by creating a multitude of ex-vegans. You cannot get rid of these ex-vegans. Do you understand? They're not going away because you constantly keep supplying to the supply of ex-vegans. You're defeating yourself. And yet you come here and you downvote a person who's exposing this, who's telling you you should stop before all these ex-vegans get together and start talking to each other, and they're going to sue the living shit out of you. It's only a matter of time. You can't go around being a quack doctor and having a multitude of patients get sick and in some cases die without somebody friggin' raising their eyebrows up, somebody in one of these government entities who are looking to get promoted, and they're going to raise their eyes. Oh, this is pretty good. And then they're going to look at you and see, well, you gave all this advice and people died. People have died under your care. You're giving out false information on the internet. Sooner or later, it happens. You get caught. You're going to get nailed. Now, in this one, oxalate toxicity in renal cells. It's just a matter of time. Take it from somebody who knows. Take it from somebody who actually used to be in charge of going after people that did shit like this. Okay, the last people I went after was Coinbase. And Coinbase thought it was a joke and stuff. I actually trained the staff on the CFTC how to spot manipulation in the order book. They used that skill after I explained to them what was going on. And Coinbase had to cough up $6.5 million. They weren't laughing at me anymore. And no matter how many times their acolytes thumbed down my page, they had to pay. In the end, I won. Now back to this. Exposure to oxalate. Oh, by the way, Coinbase wasn't the only one I tangled with. There's a bunch of other companies that were dishonest that paid the price with me as well. Now back to this again. Exposure to oxalate, right? If you read this study right here, it's a study, you'll see it here in the National Library of Medicine. It'll tell you how they figured out that oxalates were turning off your immune system. So sitting here and telling everybody that vegans are going to get COVID 73% less than other people is pure ignorance and stupidity. Do not listen to these people. Wake the hell up before they put you in the hospital. I got people on my subscribers. Some of them are in debt to 20,000 plus because of the damage veganism did to them, and they're trying to cure themselves. It's ridiculous. Never mind that you have to eat a diet in which you have to have all your supplements costing you hundreds of dollars a month. Then you have to buy food that's not grown in your area out of season and have that shipped in, which is very expensive. And these idiots consuming all this produce are actually going to raise the price of produce, and they're paying more for something dollars for. They used to pay pennies. Look at the price of an avocado. Vegans are blind consumers, and they tell everybody else they're damaging the environment. You know how much pollution a ship makes when it has to take your shipment of avocados to Mexico, to the Gulf of Mexico, or truck them up to New York City? And they talk nonsense. It's the nonsense of a dumbed down culture, veganism. Take it from somebody who was offered tenure 2 times at St. John's University. Now again, back to the study. You could see, you read this here, it tells you how they did an experiment and they found out that yes, oxalates, they plague the body and force the body to deal with it by turning off the immune system so they don't get an inflammatory response. That's it. Science. Whether you accept it or not, it's not going to change reality. Stop killing children. You're attracting too much attention, especially with this case where these celebrities are getting sick. Their children are being taken away by CPS. You guys are playing whack-a-mole. And the best thing you could do is just stop making videos, stop attacking people with this cult-like mentality. You know, they did an experiment, vegans, with oxalates. It killed the rats, and it's killed the children. A lot of shit's coming your way, whether you realize it or not. On that note, I'm out of here.